Hi, Danny. Great to be here today. I'm an American living in London. I've been here for 5 years, away from the States for 10. I'm a marketer true and true for the last 15 years. So I love talking all things marketing. So I
Sure.
work for a company that's based on the West Coast of
Yeah.
North America. And I manage a team of about 6, 7 people who are all in North America. We work in a B2B or business to business setting. And there's this perception that selling B2B is like, boring and sterile, and you're selling technology and just listing out features, when actually we apply the same principles that you would think if you were marketing to consumers to the business world too. And that's because people who buy in the business world, they're not just two men in suits, they're human beings. And when you talk about data, you really have to think about who your audience is. So someone like the CEO doesn't care about how many clicks you got. He just wants to know at the end of the day, was your campaign successful and did it bring in X amount of dollars, let's say. But if you're a social media manager, you're constantly optimizing, right? You're looking at what your goals are and if you're achieving them. And if you're not achieving them, what do you need to adjust? Maybe you're spending money on Facebook and an ad's doing really, really well, and the Twitter ad is just flat. You'll take that Twitter budget and just bring it all over to Facebook and just double down on Facebook, right? Because that's going to give you the best return on investment. So you don't need to be everywhere.
Hmm.
You just need to be where your most targeted audience is. Like there's no point in doing Facebook and then also going to do it on TikTok necessarily if 90% of your audience is already on Facebook. So you can really consolidate those efforts to have more of an impact. Is it part of our strategy? Is this where our audience is? Do we have the resources to reach our goals? And yeah, you still feel this FOMO, like, oh, but everyone's talking about TikTok.
Hmm.
It's okay if you're not on TikTok if that's not where your customers are, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, try out the Spotify one, try out the Clubhouse one, try out the Twitter Spaces, and see what kind of reaction you're going to get going back to your goals. If your audience isn't there, you've got a million and other things to do to
Hmm.
get to your audience where they are. You've got businesses who are the first of their kind. You've got businesses rising from this pandemic. They're not going and getting a brick and mortar store on the high street to have an office. They're not building a website as their first port of call. They're building a social media profile and a community around them. And that's how they're getting their word out. And so those businesses are going to operate in a very different way. And so the buying through social and the support through social and all of that is just, it's already here and only going to develop more. Thanks, Danny. Good luck to
Absolutely.
everyone out there.